Sorry.
Seinfuck.
So am I coping with addiction? Man, I'm not coping. I'm thriving.
I'm knee deep in my vices.
I drink more than I've ever drank. I eat more chocolate than I ever eat chocolate. My dick broken.
Let's all say a prayer for Robert.
I need it.
Yeah, it's strange, right? Because I feel like there's this weird pause whenever I start speaking as well. Can you guys hear me okay? Or?
No, I can hear you. I'm just waiting for you to
You just wait for the funny part to come. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll laugh when it's funny.
Yeah, Malcolm is definitely like a kill stealer when it comes to comedy.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that's pretty harsh.
He's like the guy when like old League of Legends, you like get a guy down to like 10%, and then he's like, "Oh, let me help you with that, bud." Boom.
So he's got good tags, is what you're saying.
That's true.
That's not good tags. That's just
That's what you don't. You understand that tags are a part of comedy, right? You get your joke, you get your punchline, you get your setup, you get your punchline, and then you tag.
Or in Robert's case, setup, explanation, more explanation.
Yeah, you got me pegged.
He doesn't even want to fight back. His dick hurts too bad.
Also, that doesn't qualify as a tag. Just not saying anything and waiting for your friend to finish a joke so you can follow up is not a tag. Especially if it's an audio podcast where the back and forth is kind of part of comedy.
See, comedy is a conversation. You tell the joke, and then you talk to them directly about the joke.
Talk to the joke.
Be the joke.
Imagine if your friends are talking for like 5 minutes and you come in for the ending 10 seconds, be like, "Oh, that's a great point, guys. Good job."
Well, sometimes that's what's needed, right? You just need someone to give it a little explanation point to an anecdote that was given beforehand. And then, sometimes...
Let's be honest here, Malcolm. No one needs our comedy.
Oh God, this is a comedy podcast. That's what we've been trying this whole time.
Yeah, this is stuff that has to get cut if we talk it like this.
Does it? Does it really? Does everything have to be cut? Does everything you don't like have to be cut?
Yes.
Is that the way we're approaching this? This communal project?
Well, did anyone see Furiosa?
I did.
No.
I did see it. I saw it. I will say I did see it.
Well, Malcolm, there we are. A contributor to the 31 million. An opening week bomb.
I don't think that many Jews died.
What? This is funny because last night we were all out at trivia, and I was sitting across from Malcolm, and he ordered a light beer for probably the first time ever that I've been with him. He normally goes for the regular strength, and I just went, "Oh, you ordered a Coors Light?" And he went, "Yeah, gotta keep it light." And the guy beside us, who we had never met before, but was like a boyfriend of a friend of ours, just went, "Did you just say you gotta keep it white?" And then everyone... And Malcolm for the next 5 minutes was like, no, that's not what I said. That's not what I said. Yeah.
I can explain. No, that's not what I said.
Well, and then it got passed
Malcolm's
around
like the least
table.
likely person here to be a white supremacist.
What does that mean? You have to get into that. Explain
Malcolm's
that.
the least likely among us to be a white supremacist. What is that supposed to mean?
It's really mean to the rest of us. But also, I love how you included you in that statistic.
Well, he's just being fair.
It could be any one of us.
So before the recording, we were talking about mid-aughts YouTubers and that sensation. Are you up on what Ray William Johnson has been doing the last little while?
I saw recently, I haven't watched any of his videos, but all of his thumbnails are very weird and kind of eerie. It's always
He's been hitting TikTok pretty hard. And for him, he's basically abandoned what he was doing in the 2000s in his heyday, when it was mainly just him replaying YouTube videos and then having shitty commentary over it and inventing the term squades. Yeah, for squirrel aids.
It's a little bit like The Soup almost, and being he's sort of reacting to it, but he doesn't have a writing team, so it's not funny.
Your content choices are grim where you prefer The Soup, I'll tell you.
And the thing is that people now can do that kind of content better, faster, and just get it out quicker. And so he's done a pivot to, I'm going to let you all take one crack at what he might be doing now.
oh,
Let's see, if he's on TikTok, It's not your favorite Martian, is it?
He's a middle-aged man trying to hit the zeitgeist.
Is he dancing his way through videos? Is he doing TikTok dances?
I'll give you a hint. He is not moved an inch from his previous setup.
I feel like Robert knows. You just won't tell us.
Ray William Johnson is now doing AI-generated art accompanying true crime summaries that he is generating himself.
This is the worst outcome for Ray William Johnson in multiple ways. In multiple ways, is he's stealing from artists, which is already a big red flag. B, he's still in the same set of like Watchmen panels from the year 2004. And C, he gave up on your favorite Martian. Everybody's favorite, your favorite Martian. You guys never listened to your favorite Martian song before, have you?
No, I have not.
Not ever.
Oh my Jesus.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I looked him up on just now on YouTube, and like, first of all, he has like 17 million subscribers. He's posting almost daily to less than 1 million, views a video. But like all of his thumbnails are like, she was almost famous until she's trying to destroy YouTube. She joined a terrorist organization. Now she's running for her life. And you're like, what?
The other problem is that he was operating on YouTube in a day when you could say whatever you wanted and you wouldn't get demonetized because monetization was in its infancy or wasn't around. And so he could just say heinous stuff and he wouldn't get dinged for it. Whereas now he's working under the TikTok algorithm and he's trying to get around it in the same way that everyone does, using the double speak, but it's coming from his mouth and it just sounds bizarre. Like there was one that was, it was a pretty grim story and he's just like, so there's this girl, let's call her Jenna. Jenna's going for a run in the forest and she encounters a person who we'll just call Man A. And let's just say by Man A, she gets graped.
Jesus.
I don't want to hear that coming from Ray William Johnson's mouth.
Where's the tact? He's still doing the graped in the mouth bit as well from the whitest kids you know.
Well, that's how people on TikTok are getting around saying.
Well, that's how they do it on TikTok.
Yeah, they say
Instead of saying killed, they say unalived.
Unalived.
I think
raped.
I forgot the Chinese algorithm. What's so strange about the Chinese stuff is that every time there's an opportunity to discuss death in Chinese media, they will take every precaution to prevent you from knowing you will or can die. It's the strangest thing. They don't allow you to show corpses in media. You can't say the word die, and you can't allude to death in ways that are more direct and saying, eventually he passed away.
Dude, I worked with a guy who was really into Chinese numerology. He was a white guy with long hair when I worked on the TV series. Well, I can't really say, but I was handing out decals for people to put on their cars so that they could park in the company parking lot. And I was like, here, Tom, or whatever his name was. I'm like, here's your number. And he's like,
you mean decals?
Decals. Robert, why are you derailing at this?
No. He's got a point. Did you say decals?
Regionalism.
What are you decalling them?
Yes,
That doesn't make sense. Decals.
I went on my car, peel it off the stickers, decal. Put it on my car. It is a new
That's how we talk. That's how we talk. So I was handing out the decals.
Anyone talks.
And I was like, here, Tom, here's your sticker. It's and he's like, I'm not taking that. And I was like, why? And he's like, do you know what the number 4 means in Chinese numerology? And I was like, no. And he goes, well, it symbolizes death and it's very unlucky. And I looked down and I was like, oh yeah, it's number 44. Oh, well, you can take this, right? And he went, don't you fucking try me. And I was like, all right.
Jesus. I think it's the same thing as in Japan, right? Because she means death in Japanese and she is also 4. What do they call that? The same word with different meanings. It's not synonym. It's
same word. Oh. Robert's a word guy. Robert knows words.
Come on, word man.
If the internet will let me say it.
Word man paid.
Got to be verified by the internet to say words.
Yeah, the government is trying to shut down the word man once again. Well, what's the word for words that sound the same but don't mean the same thing, Professor?
Oh, is it a homonym?
That is a homonym.
Homonym. A homonym for those at home.
I got to say it like that.
What?
A homonym.
But that wouldn't be a homonym because they're based off the same thing. It's like they mean the same thing and they're based off the same thing. It's just the same word and the same sort of thing in a different, quote unquote, different language. But like if we're going to talk about technically, the Japanese language is based on the mainland Chinese language, things we call kanji, moon runes, whatever you want to call them.
Oh, you can't call them that.
Why can't I call them that, huh?
That is
Moon runes?
Want to explain?
So it came from the moon?
It's all very sticky, now that you mention it.
It's based off of Chinese dialect and alphabet. And 4, obviously, is the same thing in China. Anyway, this is Robert Explains Weird Bits of Language.
Don't worry, we can pivot away from this.
No, please, pivot away
Surely
from it. I'm drowning.
Wait, hold on, though. Malcolm, you saw Furiosa?
I did see Furiosa.
Can I ask you a question? Are you in charge of Anya Taylor Joy accepting various positions on cast and crew? If so, why do you keep putting her in everything? I'm so sick of seeing Anya Taylor Joy, I could fucking spew.
She's really good. Like, she's really good at everything she's in. She's got very...
No, she's not. She doesn't...
What are you talking about?
She plays Anya Taylor Joy.
I will say this. I don't think she was playing Anya Taylor Joy in this movie or The Menu or Last Night in Soho.
The Menu is a perfect exhibition for why Anya Taylor Joy, in my opinion, doesn't have range. What does Anya Taylor Joy do in that movie?
Oh God, I haven't seen it.
Surprise and have huge ass eyes.
All right. Well, I won't say spoilers because producer Sasha, who's here, hasn't seen it. But I will say what she's very good at is playing someone who's good. Like, there's something behind the eyes. And you're like, always like, what is going on? Like, same with the Queen's Gambit. She's really good there. Like, she's just a very good actress. And I think a lot of it's to do with like she has like this very distinct look.
Yeah, like a fish.
Or a chameleon.
She looks like I just dragged her out of Toledo.
Sorry, I'm just going down a weird rabbit hole about Anya Taylor Joy's husband. He's just a random musician whose name is Malcolm.
Oh.
Oh, see, the plot thickens. Now, I've heard some of Malcolm's tracks. They're not bad.
He had to keep it white.
Yeah, keep it white, everybody.
Keep it white. Keep it white.
No, I don't condone this.
We cannot have that in the movie.
No, she's not a good actress.
I haven't seen enough to have an opinion. I just know she looks a bit odd.
She's also really good in The Witch. Like, everyone forgets that she's in The
yeah,
Witch.
she was in The Witch. Yeah, she put
That's
on
her
that
first film.
She played the same fucking character she always plays.
What are you talking about?
She didn't even see The Witch. You didn't even see The Witch.
Yes, I did. I seen The Witch. It's a good movie. I don't have anything against the movie, but she's there to be like a wide-eyed, like, oh, what's going on? Why are you? But Black Henry or whatever the fucking goat's name was.
Black Phillip.
Pete.
That's what she does in every fucking movie she's in. She doesn't play any significant roles that do anything of actual purpose.
In Last Night in Soho, she plays a really like kind of fucked up character, and I have to give her that. Not enough people watch Last Night in Soho.
I'll give you that. I've never seen
it's
that.
really
I
good.
enjoyed Last Night in Soho. It was
also, she was really good in Thoroughbreds, but no one also likes to talk about that movie.
2017.
Well, you're really knee deep in Anya Taylor Joy's catalog.
I just happen to watch.
He'd love to be knee deep. Anya Taylor Joy.
In her catalog.
As
catalog.
But no, seriously, it was she's an excellent actress. So I don't get the hate on her. Like she had like a pretty hard job to do, which is she has to play a young.
Oh, you mean
Charlize
specifically
Theron.
for Furiosa? I don't think anyone else but me is really hating on Anya Taylor Joy or Anya Taylor Joy, however you say that fucking name.
Yeah, you're the number one Anya Taylor Joy hater right now.
Well, she can address me publicly if she so desires, but she's going to have to
you can
debate me in my army of followers.
You can get mad at her for being in the New Mutants. That's fair. You can be mad at her for being in Playmobil, the movie. That's fair. She was also in Glass.
There's clearly there is a scheme, Malcolm, to place these elitist puppets like Anya Taylor Joy in every movie you possibly can. I have on good authority to believe
she
that
even played.
Hold on. that she is an Illuminati plant, that she is a Freemason bride of some description, which is what is getting her all of these roles in these high-profile movies. I can guarantee you this is the case.
Can I get your opinion on the fact that her husband looks like the one goth guy from the IT Crowd?
Oh, Noel Fielding's character?
I think that is him.
It's not him.
No, that's Malcolm McRae.
But it's uncanny.
You know, those kids are going to be real ugly. Whatever kids those two spawn.
Hey, the term is distinct.
It really looks like they should have them in pawns.
What are you talking about?
Huh?
He's a gorgeous man. What are we talking about here? We all win.
He's got like a separate portion of his face dedicated to his laugh lines. It looks like I could peel them off like they're claymation.
Yeah, he's like me if he had just a shit ton more laugh lines and my lips were somehow more full than they are already are.
Listen,
he looks so polygonal.
Yeah, polygonal.
She's batting out of her league with him.
What the
This is outrageous. This is an outrageous degree. First of all, do you want to have sex with this man?
No,
Yes.
but I have to. Malcolm stick together, all right? Malcolm stick together. So I got to back my Malcolm.
Are you hoping that he'll reach out and be like, Malcolm?
No.
Would it be weird, Malcolm, if you were fucking some dude named Malcolm and you like wanted to say his name because it felt so good in his ass? So you were like, oh, Malcolm, you know? Do you think he would know that was for him or for you?
Also, he's got a Van Morrison haircut, and I can't abide.
Well, Harper, this is something that...
Would you fuck a girl named Sasha?
Well, that's just the thing, is that...
I have.
Wait, what?
We promised never to talk about that.
A girl named Sasha.
I said we promised.
When he puts on the
Because you were
dress, he's as
wearing a
feminine
wig.
as the finest belle at the ball. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I look like Bugs Bunny in that one tune.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Sasha. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I think Harper is the only other person in this chat who may have had this experience of being on a dating site and seeing someone of the opposite gender with your name. I don't know about you, Harper, but
Yeah.
I always swiped on them because I was like, you know what? Got to stick together.
Because you want the opportunity to be like, oh, Harper, you're hitting that shit so good.
Like a Taylor.
They just like want to be in a relationship where it's just like, oh yeah, and these are the Sashas.
Oh, I would love
Sasha
that.
and Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be difficult for you, Robert. It would be difficult for you.
I think it's-
Roberta.
It would be difficult for Malcolm. Is
Yeah,
the pure masculine side of this.
Yeah, I think it's impossible for me. There might be a few women named like Robbie. Like I could see, like, you know, like certain like
Roberta.
Margot.
Roberta.
Yeah.
Robert, Roberta. There's no Malcolm. Like there's no Malkzina. Like there's just Malcolm.
If you find a girl named Malkzina, you need to marry that woman.
Yeah. They're like, please marry me.
Oh, diaper.
Oh no. Oh no.
Sasha, can you find a way
I'm
to
assuming this is
keep that in, but like not
Just
none of the
keep-
other
Yeah. So I got in an argument with Taylor recently.
oh, yeah.
It got kind of ugly because you guys are all familiar with the Calico Cut Pants sketch from I Think You Should Leave, right?
Yes, obviously.
Sure.
So it that hits on a, something that occasionally happens. Maybe you're in a rush. Maybe you're wearing shorts that have a elastic waistband. Sometimes you just get a little dribble in your pants. I was going to the gym and come out of the washroom and there's like a tiny little dribble. And Taylor just looks at my pants and goes, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Are you serious? Like, that's your reaction?" She's like, "How can you not, like, how did it get to that point?" And I'm like, it literally looked like the Calico Cut where it was like 2 small dots. And she's like, "Is this something that like all guys have to deal with? Or is this just like you were doing it because you were in a rush? How did it get to this point?" And I'm like, I responded by calling her a hater, and that made things worse.
I don't know. I'm sorry. That tickles me hearing people get called haters for like very slight indiscretions or something like that.
I mean, that's
such a bad
that's
word.
just I'm sorry. It's like, yeah, sometimes we just have a little bit more coming out than
Right?
intended.
Yeah, it's like a hose that's been kinked, and then
Exactly.
you put it back in, and you just make a little wet patch, and that's fine.
When you turn off the hose and you pick it back up, sometimes a little water dribbles out. There's not a whole lot that we can do about
You don't
that.
want to be sitting next to a urinal with some guy who's just going like accordioning in his dick just to get all the little drops out. That's weird.
Exactly.
Well, I wouldn't assume that's what he's doing.
So here's the second part, is that she also hated on how I covered up this mistake on my part, because when this has happened, if I'm like out in public and I'm wearing like joggers or something and it's like, oh, little wet patch, if I don't have a coat to wrap around my waist or can cover it, obviously, I'll just like wet my hands and then put them on my pants to make it look like I was just drying my hands on my pants to distract from the already
It's
existing.
starting to sound like you piss yourself, Sasha.
Yeah,
I'm going to be honest with you. It's starting to sound like you're just pissing yourself.
Look,
Like you're really banking on like visible handprints.
yeah. Oh yeah.
To
I
be,
like.
for people to also not think like, what the fuck did this guy spill on himself?
Here's the thing. Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna
I
be on the
mean,
bus and someone's going to be like,
It sounds like you're like, oh, I got blown by the wet man. I got blown by the wet man.
blown by the wet
Someone
man.
walks past you on the bus and you're like, oh, it smells like piss in here.
Well, what's your strategy? If you're in public, you don't have a coat, like, how are you covering it up?
I'm not.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I haven't really dealt with this issue in a while.
If anyone had questions that, I just say, my nickname, the Drizzler, and then I walk away.
You just own it?
Yeah, you got to own it.
Malcolm looks at him and says, I got ice on my wiener. So now when I say I got gonorrhea, you know my drip got drip.
Drip on drip action.
I just think the distraction method is effective. No one has said.
Distraction method.
Yeah, no one has said after I've done that, oh, you dribbled a little bit. They go, why are there handprints on your pants? And
Well, because it's fucking weird to comment on, Sasha. No one's gonna see your fucking with a little bit of moisture in your dick area and be like, "Oh, I see you've dribbled a bit." No
Well-
one's going to do that to you. I sincerely hope Canadians don't do that
It
to each other.
does seem like Taylor really threw you under the bus with this one.
she did, and she made me bring
Taylor
it
just
up.
wanted to be a hater.
Yeah, she's
Big
being kind
hater.
of a hater. Being kind of a hater. And a little bit sexist against men. I'll say it. I'll be brave enough.
Sasha, is this your MGTOW transformation?
I don't know what that is.
Oh man, what a chapter. MGTOW is MGTOW. MGTOW stands for Men Going Their Own Way, which I believe was a movement.
I don't like the implication of this, so I'm going to say no.
It was a movement in the 2010s where men swore off women, saying that women were depriving them of basic comforts and financial security, and that their only interest in dating them would be to steal their money in divorce courts and take their kids. Yeah, it's interesting. They also coped further by saying that women would be obsolete soon as artificial wombs would take their place.
Yeah, how's that working out?
These are the guys who are just like AI girlfriends of the future.
They were a shocking majority, not majority, but a shocking portion, I should say, of a certain candidate's voting base here in the States.
I mean, a lot of them were also like weird asocial tech bros who like have more money than sense and no social life aside from work or internet online forums and shit. So like, this is what happens when we have no third spaces in America. People start thinking about AI girlfriends and artificial wombs.
What do you mean third spaces? Dumb it down for me, would you?
Oh, third spaces is in like, you'd used to like have parks and areas which congregate with people that weren't work and or home. And now third spaces, especially within the US, but also in parts of Canada and Europe, have become few and far between, at least not without paying like money. It's like, things are more expensive for basic entertainment. I could go on, but
I think if I was insane and had a couple $1 billion and made a bid for like governorship of Arizona or Phoenix or whatever, I would just get rid of the roads, like make all the streets go away somehow and replace them with like a mind-numbing amount of trains. You know what I mean?
It's the way to do it.
Because
fucking awesome.
Trains, well, they break down. Sure, trains break down. But they're cleaner, they're more efficient, and I don't ever have to look at your ugly fucking Saturn ever again,
Yeah.
It's always a train now.
Yeah, there's no fucking Hummers or the ugly ass Bronco remake that they brought back in like 2022.
You think that's ugly?
Bullshit. I think that's
I love the new Bronco.
ugly as shit.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not even a car guy to begin with, so I think most cars are kind of ugly, but that is especially Like most Jeeps. Most Jeeps should be in scrap yards by the side of the highway.
That is insane.
So I got a segment.
Oh, yeah, you do?
Oh, we haven't had a segment in a long time.
Is it designed to make fun of me and make my life like ostensibly worse?
Play your cards right. No. So this is less a segment. It's just kind of more of a loose game.
Okay.
Celebrated institution and traveling roadshow, the Harlem Globetrotters, just America's favorite. How would you call it? Novelty sports team?
Sure. And
They're not the Savannah Bananas.
The Savannah Bananas are giving them a run for their money, I think.
In terms of like all sports are now pretty much like, it's not sports, they're sports entertainment. They are a step above that. They're like the WWE of basketball, except for basketball itself is also rigged.
Damn, no, it is not. You can't rig that. Or can you?
The thing is that the Harlem Globetrotters, very old institution, I think they've been around since the 50s, they have a list of honorary members. And I want to play a little game where you each get 2 or 3 chances to name who might be on this list. I would be shocked if any of you got a single member. But without looking it up, Malcolm, who do you think is one of the honorary members of the Harlem Globetrotters? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 that are no longer members.
Ooh, so there's been 4 people who were members and they've been banished.
There are 2 people that were members that are no longer.
Is it because they're dead?
No, neither of them are dead. One was embroiled in scandal. And that's all I'm going to say.
All right.
Wait, how many are there in total?
12, including those 2.
James Harden was on the Globetrotters?
He's not even the most scandalous NBA player. That's such a bad.
That's the first one that came to mind with the fucking scandal.
Okay, question. Are these all sports figures or does this 12 include celebrities?
Hardly any of them are sports figures.
Okay, that makes it easier.
I'm going to give you each one guess, and then we'll just get right to it because I'm frothing at the mouth to get to this.
All right. I haven't looked anything up.
We could play fucking 20 questions with this, but yeah, I guess everyone gets a guess each.
Okay.
Why don't you go first, Malcolm?
All right. I'm going to say someone who's embroiled in scandal, Donald J. Trump.
Donald Trump is not an honorary member, nor ever has been.
God damn.
That was a good guess.
Yeah.
That was a really good guess.
Yeah.
I could totally see Donald Trump be like, Mr. Trump, we want to present you with an honorary Globetrotters basketball. He's like, thank you so much. It means such a great deal to be honored among these giants on the court. And then he kisses the basketball like he kissed the American flag.
Then Shane McMahon tosses him the ball to alley-oop it.
Yeah, he just fucking airs it. You know?
Yeah. Trump trying and failing to spin a basketball in his fingers.
He keeps trying. He tries to watch it. He's like, it's broken. It's broken.
Yeah.
Like an aide has to like go and fetch the ball whenever it like falls down and bounces away.
Yeah. Well, that was my thought is they gave it to him around like the Apprentice era where they're like, this guy's an apprentice.
Likely.
So yeah, that's why I made my guess, but I'll let the others guess now.
I guess I'll go first. I'll go next. Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton is not,
Good guess.
although I feel like he's outrageous enough to be on this list.
That's what my mindset was. My other guess would have been Gary Coleman, but you know.
That would have been a very funny guess. Also, today's the anniversary of his death.
Is it? R.I.P. Gary Coleman.
I know because I got a on this day of posts I made on Facebook, and in 2010 I went, no, Gary Coleman.
Yeah, you really had that emotional connection with him as an actor. So
Did you?
Yeah, dude.
Really enhanced your childhood.
He did.
Imagine.
So hold on, Sasha, did you say like, no, Gary Coleman, is Montreal better than heaven?
Oh, shut the fuck up. No, I didn't say that on that day.
It's like the thing that Sasha would say holding a gun to fucking Gary Coleman's head. Well,
Is
Gary,
Montreal better than heaven?
is Montreal better than heaven?
Tell me!
All right, Harper, what's your one guess?
LeBron James.
LeBron James is not on the list. So on this list,
0 for 3, guys. Good job.
Yeah, that's good.
on this list, there is one permanent member who is a basketball player. The rest are strange choices. So I'm going to go in reverse order from most recent to earliest inductees into the honorary members. So the most recent inductee, Robin Roberts, host of Good Morning America, for some reason. Right before her, Pope Francis.
Is he one of the scandal guys? Is he one of the scandal?
What year was this? Was like right when he became Pope?
This is 2015. So like
Okay.
still cool Pope energy.
Yeah, the cool Pope era, not using the Italian slur for gay people.
Oh, did he do that?
There's too much. Yeah, there's too.
He just did that.
Ooh. So before Pope Francis, there is a 14-year gap where no honorary members were inducted.
So 2001, was it like, come on, it has to be 9/11 related.
No, but it's a very 2001 pick. Jesse Jackson.
Oh, I was going to say Lindsay Lohan.
Like the Reverend Jesse Jackson, or
The very same.
okay,
Reverend Jesse Jackson. Okay.
all right,
Yeah.
all right.
Before that, year 2000, then still alive, Pope John Paul II, the first of the two popes to be
Why do
inducted.
they keep putting popes on the honorary Harlem Globetrotters?
2 of their 12 members are popes.
What do you mean?
They really had an agenda here.
Also, they skipped a whole pope.
No,
That's funny as fuck. They didn't like that Pope.
Yeah,
Ratzinger?
Benedict or whatever.
yeah.
That's so
Scary.
sad.
Scary Pope.
Yeah, Ratzinger was scary.
Yeah.
With his golden throne.
The next one, 1999, is an American track and field athlete named Jacqueline Joyner Kersey.
Oh, she was really famous for a moment. I think she was. Like,
Oh, really?
I think she was. Yeah, I remember that name. I think she broke a record at the time. It's kind of like Usain Bolt, where it's like I feel like he had a moment, but like you ask about, you ask young people now who Usain Bolt is, and most of them are like, who?
But we, like, growing up, we were just like, oh, yeah, Usain Bolt.
Yeah. Same with like Michael Phelps, who last I saw is promoting online casinos in Aruba. So
Classic.
I think
That's true.
I think he might be like still an athlete in residence at ASU, though. He's a nice guy. I met him once.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right, we are in the top, the first 5 that have been given permanent honorary member status. 1996, because he was everywhere, Nelson Mandela.
What is this list?
That's a new term for the Mandela effect. Is that everyone has a thing of being like, I swear he was on the court. He was on.
He was dunking. He was pulling threes.
He's pulling.
The next one is one of 2 actual basketball players associated with the member list.
Kareem?
It is Kareem.
Okay.
Yeah, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
I said LeBron. I knew it was Kareem.
Goggle wearing king.
Yeah.
And he was still playing at that time, which is a funny thing.
Well, they wanted to sign him at some point, but they didn't have the money to compete. So they're like, "I'll give it as an honorary thing," because they never did with any other big basketball player. It's not like, "Hey, MJ," like, "Hey, Michael Jordan," "Hey, LeBron James," "Hey, Magic Johnson, do you want to be Harlem Globetrotters?"
I mean, Wilt Chamberlain was a member of the Harlem Globetrotters.
Did he actually play, or was he honorary?
No, he was an actual member after he retired.
Well, how did he have all that time? Yeah, apparently he had sex with
fucking all those women, yeah.
Which is
40,000 women in his lifetime.
Yeah, which is obvious the biggest lie I've ever heard. Someone say that no one likes to admit, being like, yeah, someone did the math and he had to like basically have threesomes every day since he was like 1 year old.
The next member is America's sweetheart, Whoopee Goldberg.
I love Ghosts, so that makes sense.
Yeah, it's my dad's favorite movie. Now we are down to the penultimate. So the second person ever to be named an honorary Harlem Globetrotter was Bob Hope.
Okay.
Famous comedian, USO performer. And then before we get to number
We
1,
have a statue of Bob Hope down here in San Diego. It's in the harbor.
is he holding a golf club?
No, it's just a reenactment of him performing at the Troops, and it's just got the audio, but the statues are really eerie. So if you're like there at 2 a.m., it's actually kind of scary because there's just a bunch of statues and like really like distorted audio from the 40s.
Okay, so before I reveal the number 1, there were 2 people who signed honorary $1 a year lifetime contracts with the Globetrotters. One is still valid, which is Magic Johnson. He signed that in 2003. And one, the Globetrotters say they no longer associate this with this man, is Bill Cosby.
Oh,
Damn it. My guess was going to be O.J. Simpson, but fuck.
I was going to
That
say,
would have been
really
good.
could use that dollar right now.
I wanted to say O.J. Simpson as well, but I was like, no, it'll be someone else.
I would love to see OJ on the court.
If it was going to be anyone, it was going to be Bill Cosby.
Yeah, that's true.
Gentlemen, in 1976, the Harlem Globetrotters, for their inaugural pick of their honorary members, honored Henry Alfred Kissinger as an honorary Harlem Globetrotter.
No, please, no!
My fanhood with the Harlem Globetrotters has ended. I am now a Savannah Bananas die-hard fan. The Globetrotters are frauds. They have only won 98% of their games. Can you imagine going... Can you imagine going to a Harlem Globetrotters game and it's like the one game in a million they fucking lose to the Washington Generals?
Yeah, Kissinger was on the court.
I believe it.
Yeah, I've never wanted to root for the Washington Generals more in my life.
Did Kissinger know ball?
I don't know. It was in 1976. He was just finishing a bombing campaign in Cambodia.
Do you think he slam dunked on those poor Cambodians?
That would be incredible.
Apparently, Castro was really good at the Euro step in basketball. Like, he was doing the Euro step before anyone else could.
Che Guevara wrote that he was really upset about that whole thing.
Yeah,
too.
he was like,
He said he was cheating or something.
He said it's bad for the revolution.
Yeah, he said it was bad for the revolution. That's what he said. He was just like, this is not good for the People's Democratic Republic.
Yeah.
This fucking weird shit that Castro's doing on the court. We can't fucking stop it.
Castro and Manu Ginobili.
Yeah, it's real.
No, this is real. It's 100% real.
It's the funniest fucking part.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, you're getting balled on so hard. You're getting balled on so fucking hard by a fellow revolutionary that you're just like, this shit is going to fuck with the proletariat if we don't stop Fidel.
This is going to endanger our people's revolution.
Can you imagine
this
Fidel?
is no longer the dictatorship of the proletariat. This is dictatorship of the court.
And the number one pick, the Los Angeles Lakers draft Fidel Castro.
Fidel Castro. I mean, where was fucking Osama bin Laden? He was like 7 feet tall. He should have been catching rebounds.
Dude, bin Laden on the court would have been so nasty. I would have loved to see that era. It's too bad.
No kidding.
I hope that like in the 70s when he would like potentially play for the NBA, it would be like they would be really culturally insensitive about it.
You want that?
Like they just give him the worst fucking nickname.
That would be tight. I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of wasted opportunities for gentlemen to be on the court, you know? Just like very tall celebrities that you're like, you could have done this instead with. You have to figure at one point a coach tried to wrangle him into it, right? I know the same thing happened to a stepbrother of mine. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. You can't always be on the court.
What do you mean? How your stepbrother had it for a time? What?
Well, never you mind. And anyhow, I think Osama was probably
We almost had
happier.
Harper talking about his family.
Yeah,
This close.
Sorry.
Damn it.
I think Osama was probably happier jerking off to Naruto hentai in the cave. Anyway,
Wouldn't we always be?
For whatever reason, now I'm thinking back on this Osama bin Shaq or Shaq bin Laden. What was this?
Osama bin Shaq, yeah.
Osama bin Shaq.
It all comes back to that.
Yeah.
you guys hear that they're ending Inside the NBA?
I did.
Yeah, I'm so bummed out.
That's too bad. It's a really funny show.
I just like all the tie-ins with the NHL. Like, I think Bizanetti has found his niche. It's funny to see him and Shaq in the same frame. I like to see him body check Shaq into a wall. Like, so good.
Well, I think it's time for a user submission, if you guys wouldn't mind.
Yeah,
Let
sure,
me
why
lay
not?
it
Go ahead.
down. Let me wrap this
Lay
up.
it down
with a
on me,
cheeky
Rob, man.
little
Lay it
user
down.
submission. This is actually a nice little follow-up response from our dear friend Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, Rodney. He's back.
Remember,
Rest in
Rodney
peace.
had talked to us previously about the OnlyFans girl, that he was
He got some
that
respect.
he was concerned he was being catfished or scammed somehow. But anyway,
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
his new song recommendation is Neon Pill by Cage the Elephant. Being straight up, any Cage the Elephant song post 2015, not worth it. Sorry.
You don't like Aberdeen?
Not really.
Me neither. Go ahead.
Okay, so he says, "Hey, Seinfucks, giving you guys an update on the OnlyFans girl. The mother's email thing was a way to bypass the 20% commission on OnlyFans. Christ, bud. Because we used PayPal."
Hold on, do we have a little bit of, for people who don't know this story, Robert, do you have a little bit
Well,
of background to this?
But what were her intentions?
What were the intentions? Yeah, okay, here. I'll quickly read. So Ronnie Dangerfield messaged us previously, and their question was, what is your opinion on a relation with a girl from OnlyFans? She has me on Snapchat and the Telegram app. I have had a video chat with her. She told me where she lives. She's told me her aspirations. I have her mother's email. Is it legit, or should I call it quits? That was his previous response. And now starting over from where we left off. So the mother's email thing was a way to bypass the 20% commission on OnlyFans because we used PayPal. It's been 4 months since that email, and the situation has progressed. She and I have made plans to see each other in person very soon. We regularly message one another on Telegram. By the way, this is in parentheses, by the way, she is Ukrainian, not Russian.
My mistake.
Although she does come from the Donbas region, but her family fled when Russia invaded. I'm sorry. Things have gone
I don't know if
unexpected.
that's true.
What'd you say?
I don't know if that's true.
I'm not sure about that either. Things have gone unexpectedly well. So my question to the cast is it fine if I let my girlfriend continue to do OnlyFans while we are dating? Or would it be a weird case similar to iDubbbz? P.S. She has told me she may want to put me in her content. I am very unsure how to feel about that right now.
Okay.
Rodney, you get no respect. You can't go out there and date a woman who wants to continue to show her nude body to strangers on the internet. For yourself as a man, for the sake of your pride, do not date an OnlyFans woman.
I'm gonna have to, I don't know. It just depends on you, bud. I'll have to deviate from Harper here, but
it doesn't depend on you. It depends on all of us. And the second you see ground to this behavior, you're encouraging a whole lot of bad behavior.
You're encouraging whole, all right.
You're encouraging whole. At least two of them.
I guess, I don't know. I feel like if it's her way to make money and you're, enjoying that, and, it's not a big damper on your relationship. I mean, you're going in with it. It's not like you're waking up one day and your girlfriend's just like, honey, I want to do OnlyFans.
That's it. Just real quick. I know that you guys want to get to this. Is a very good question. Robert, would you date a woman who comes out to you and says, my income comes from dealing fentanyl?
That's a wildly different level.
It's not much different. It's not much different.
Yes, incredibly people different. Die of fentanyl. No one's dying from whole pictures.
Well, it's also a thing of if you're about to enter a relationship and they disclose this and you know their lifestyle, you have the decision to not be in a relationship with that person. Whereas this guy knows what this person does for a living, and to me, it'd be kind of whack if he was like, yeah, now that we're dating, I'm not cool with that shit.
Yeah,
so
it sounds
you're gonna
very controlling.
Yeah. Well, no one's telling him to do that.
That's a red flag.
They haven't even met yet, for God's sake. She's in the Donbas region.
I don't think she's in the Donbas region.
She was in the Donbas region.
Active combatant in the Donbas region, for God's sake.
No, here
shows foxhole 1 second and butthole the next.
Here's my thoughts. My thoughts are this: simply, you just let her do her thing, right? You don't want to be the controlling one. You don't want to have her resent you because of that. Also, it's whole pics or pussy flashes or tit pics or just
whole pics.
Tasteful nudes. That's not as bad as dealing fentanyl to the on any level.
It's just as bad. Don't listen to Malcolm.
I personally wouldn't go into a relationship with a girl just like, honey, before I really get anywhere in this, I just want to be straight up. I'm dealing fentanyl.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny though. Can you imagine though? If they were like,
I would think they're joking. I would think they're fucking with me.
Robert, I deal Fent.
It'll be my exact face. Like, what? Why would you?
Yeah,
Why are you lying to me? Why is this is not a funny joke?
Well, it's easy money, and what do you think got us on this yacht?
I mean, I guess at that point, certain questions would be raised, and just like, this woman is meeting with a lot of random people in dark alleys, and she seems to have a lot of
She's
money.
not showing her butthole to anybody. I don't get it.
Okay, all right. Okay. Oh boy.
We've reached Malcolm's limit.
No. Yeah.
He's
So,
just
like,
really
look-
uncomfortable with holes.
Yeah, he said keep it white, not keep it brown.
God, sorry.
Jesus.
Sorry.
They're terrible, terrible callbacks.
No, but listen, I think if you're a fentanyl boy and you're looking for your OnlyFans girl, then that's maybe a match made in heaven.
Fentanyl boy, OnlyFans girl.
Can a fentanyl boy love an OnlyFans girl?
Sounds like a 90s trailer for a rom-com.
He was
a fentanyl boy,
But-
and she was a busy city OnlyFans girl.
The song that like is the intro music for that sitcom is fucking Skater Boy.
Yeah.
Boy or Not Crying for
He
You or
was a
one of those
fentanyl
cheesy
boy.
fucking songs.
She was a OnlyFans girl. What in the world would that?
He dealed in Fent. She sold her butt.
So you guys would date a girl who's doing OnlyFans
I
stuff?
mean, if I knew going in, yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't have, I mean, it would depend on the girl as everything does, but yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I think it depends on the girl and it depends on the content.
I don't know what to say.
Like if it's just like
This is,
solo stuff, then I'm like, who cares? If she's like, hey honey, I gotta go work with the Girth Master, I'd be like, all right, I got some issues.
I'm working with this new popular user, Girthmaster69. He's really like blowing up in the online.
You know
place.
the Girth Master is a real person. That's a real.
Is
I
he?
think
Really?
there's something metaphysical to sexuality. Do you understand me? I think that there's something above just regular sensation that you share with a woman.
He's, you know, like,
And I think that
he's Australian. The Girth Master's an Australian.
Why
Ugh.
wouldn't he be?
I don't know. I guess the Girthy down under.
Ugh.
Okay, let me just say, fuck Australia. And fuck all Australians. You know who you are. You're so loud. You're very teeth-forward people. Like, why do we see your teeth so much?
Canadians are really like reverse Australians if you think about it.
All right. You know.
Like our
It's true.
reputation, yeah. We're timid. We don't stir things
You are
up.
not. You are not. No, we laud those gentlemen. We put them on our money.
Put them on our nickels.
Those are heroes around.
I have something to say about the founding father.
Yeah.
You think Andrew Jackson's a villain, boy?
What's your problem with Mr. Andrew?
Well,
See, in Canada, we know them as the founding daddies. Daddy America.
Daddy America, save us from
Daddy.
Daddy.
Sign the Constitution, Daddy.
God.
There's a big problem.
Daddy,
up
we
there.
need 50 states. Pronto, Daddy.
They called him John
When we take
Hancock for a
Alberta from you
reason.
guys.
Good, we don't want it.
Daddy, I don't like the Dakotas. Split them up. I want a south and I want a north.
When the Oilers win the cup and they chant USA, USA, will it hurt you?
Well, we're going to be cutting your mention.
They're
of
not.
the Oilers.
Here's the thing: the Oilers are not. The Oilers are not Canada's team. They can chant
The
whatever
last
they
one,
want.
So
We have no.
Yeah,
I was
but
explaining this to a friend just yesterday. I think it's so fascinating because if the New York Rangers, I hate the New York Rangers, were the only team from America left in the playoffs for the Stanley Cup, I would root for the New York Rangers because I genuinely do not want the cup to go back to Canada.
that's such
You guys
a.
won't do the same.
You've had it
never
for
do the same.
31 years.
You would
Like,
never- yeah, I know, but you would never do the same.
No, we
See,
wouldn't.
Fellow Canadian team.
okay, here's the thing: we would for the Jets, for maybe the Flames, certainly the Habs,
And the Senators.
and the Senators. Fuck
None of
Toronto.
them can agree.
Fuck Edmonton.
I've talked to people from Edmonton. I've talked to people from Quebec,
Quebecois.
Quebec.
Quebec, and I've talked to people from Ottawa. They've all unanimously agreed that they would not root for that Canadian team that was the last one in the playoffs, unless it was theirs.
Oof.
I think that's realistic. I think it's understandable. I think as someone from Vancouver, I agree with Sasha. I'll be honest, I'm a little iffy on the Habs. I don't know if I care about them that much. If the Nordiques were back,
exciting team.
if the Nordiques showed up again, I think there's
yeah.
I think there's a 10-15 year grace period where I'm like, if they win, they had a cup stolen from them. That first Avalanche Cup should have been a Quebec Cup. Let's be realistic.
Will you be ready to say that about the Utah Cup?
Yeah, because that should have been a Phoenix Cup then. If they win it next year,
we understand each other.
If they win it next year, but here's the other thing. This is the reverse thing. This is the thing that always bothered me with the NFL. That NFL, famously a league that only has teams in the United States. Why is it that the Dallas Cowboys are constantly referred to as America's team?
They're referred to as America's team by Dallas Cowboys fans. They're not America's team.
Okay, so it's the same. It's like this Edmonton Oilers nonsense, or even the Toronto Maple Leafs being like, oh, they're Canada's team. It's like, no, Oilers fans are saying this. Maple Leafs fans are saying this. There's only two kind of Canada's teams, and it's only because they're the only ones in their sport, and that's the Blue Jays and the Raptors. But you know immediately if there's another NBA team in Canada or another Major League Baseball team in Canada again, that moniker goes away instantly.
Yeah, the Expos would be great to have back.
Hell yeah.
Great logo.
I was an Expos fan growing up. That was my team.
We kind of got away from Rodney's question.
Oh, yeah. Date who you want. She can sell her body. All power to you. Ain't no shame, ladies. Do your thing.
Want. No, she can't. Stay in America.
Don't fight for Donbass, whatever she says.
Fight for independence. Ukraine shall be free. Don't let Putin win. He's a bully.
No.
He's a bully.
Malcolm
Polish ruse.
Malcolm, this is yet another Polish ruse that you've fallen for. Ukraine was never actually a country. It was simply Poland all along. This whole war.
I just want a picture of the globe, and it just says Poland off the entirety of it. Poland.
Yeah.
Oh, when the war broke out, my dad was like, I feel like we should be training the Ukrainians on how to make improvised explosive devices. And then he sat me and my brother down and he was like, should we maybe like talk to someone in the government about like maybe starting this initiative? And I was like, I want to be able to fly on airplanes, Dad. No, I don't think we should do this.
Like you crackpot dad at the fucking Ottawa Chamber. I was just like, I can make explosive devices. Let me in.
I work for the IRA.
My dad's English.
I've got the expertise to help these Ukrainians. I don't know why my accent's like this.
It's all fun and games until Putin leaves his gav to go in his car. Boom.
I just love the idea of your dad being like, son, I have to leave. I must go to war to create it.
I have to help the Ukrainians fight for their liberty.
The Ukrainians.
Son, if anything happens to me, you know what you have to do. Join me in Ukraine.
As we hands you a knife. Oh God!
My 80-year-old dad with Parkinson's is on the first flight to Kiev.
Hey Sasha.
Yeah.
There's 80 cars on a lot, right?
Okay.
Now, how many of those cars can Romanians steal before the IRA blow them up?
Depends if it's a Sunday because we got mass.
Let's say it doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter what you fucking pick as the day. Deepening hypothetical. Scott, there's something so funny. Never mind. I just realized we already talked about it. Well, this has been fun, boys.
All right. Another one in the can.
Wait, hold on. No. What were you going to say?
Yeah, how many cars could they steal before the Irish blew them up?
I'm going to say more than half. Romanians can probably steal more than half.
I thought this was just like a joke, not just some dumbass hypothetical that doesn't make sense.
Romanians are very adroit at stealing cars. Okay.
I thought this was I thought this was going to be like a setup punchline. Tag.
Yeah, I
but
thought
it turns
this was
out
like, how many Irish people does it take to screw in a light bulb?
No, I'm telling you facts about Romanians.